Namaskar students, how are you all? I hope you're all doing good and you are safe at home. Now class, we were doing a chapter, the first chapter of Pol Science, which is what is democracy and why it is democracy. Now in today's class, we are going to be studying about the merits and the demerits of democracy. So, today it is not going to be about writing the points. Today it is going to be about the discussion of the topic, right? So the first topic that I am going to be discussing with you here is the demerits of democracy. What am I going to discuss with you? The demerits of democracy. Okay. Now the first value point which we have to explain here is that democracy leads to lack of morality. And how does it lead to lack of morality? Because the leaders, they lack what is called morality and they mislead people. Hence, democracy is about lack of morality, right? The second demerit is that it leads to instability. What does it lead to? It leads to instability. So how do we explain instability? Instability is when the leaders keep on changing in a democracy. What happens when leader keeps on changing in a democracy? It leads to instability, right? Now, the third demerit that we have is that the wrong leaders are chosen. The third value point is the wrong leaders are chosen. And how does this happen? When the ordinary people, they do not know and they elect a representative who is not good for them, then it leads to what? The wrong leader being chosen. Now, the fourth demerit, if we try and understand, is it leads to delays. What does it lead to? It leads to delays. Now, if we further explain how this delay happened, then we need to understand that there is a lot of debate, there is a lot of consultation which takes place in a democracy. Hence, it leads to what? It leads to delay in decision making. What does it lead to? It leads to delay in decision making. Then, if we try and understand our next demerit, then we need to understand then it is based on corruption. What is it based on? It is based on corruption because the political leaders, they have what is called a tussle for power. They want to be in power, and to be in power, they tend to use the means which are very corrupt, which is like money and muscle power. So democracy is based on what? It is based on corruption. Then if we try and understand, then it is also about what? The bad decision being taken. What happens? The bad decision being taken. And this is when the elected leaders do not know the best interest of the people. So if we try and understand instability as a point, how does instability happens in a democracy? If we recapitulate, it is because of the leaders changing in a democracy. Then if we try and recapitulate bad decision, the elected leaders do not know the best interest of the people. If we try and understand the third, it means corruption. There's political competition which is based on corruption. The fourth, there's delays. And how is there a delay? When there's a lot of debate and there's a lot of consultation taking place, there's a delay in decision making. Then there is wrong leaders being chosen because the ordinary people do not know what is the best choice for them, and there is what we call lack of morality because the democracy is based on the lack of morality among leaders, and they are misleading the people. So I have discussed with you the demerits of democracy. Kids, what have I discussed with you? The demerits of democracy. Now, every coin has two sides. So if we are understanding the demerits, we are going to also learn its, what are we going to learn its? merits as well. So what are we going to study? Yes, it's merits. The first merit that I am going to be explaining to you is that democracy is based on the fact that it is responsive to people's need. That means the democratic government needs to be answerable to the people, right? Then it enhances the dignity of citizens. What do you mean by dignity? Dignity means self-respect. So the democracy promotes political equality, and the people who are there, they are given the right to elect their leaders. So they feel a sense of self-respect, so it enhances the dignity of citizens. The third merit that we should know is that it improves decision making, because there's a lot of debate and there's a lot of discussion taking place, although definitely we discussed that it does lead to a delay, but since many people are consulted together, hence it improves what decision making. The next merit, if we discuss here, is that it is accountable government, because it is answerable to the people of the country, hence it is an accountable government. And if we understand the next merit, it is that it provides a peaceful solution to conflict. So kids, if we recapitulate the merits of democracy, they are: it provides a peaceful solution to conflict, then it is an accountable government because it is responsive to people's need, then it improves the decision making. How does it improve the decision making? Because it is based on a debate and discussion happening among different groups of people. Then the next merit is that it enhances the dignity of the people, because it is based on political equality and it is responsive to people's need. How is it responsive to people's need? Because it is answerable to people. So class, what have we discussed thereafter? We have discussed the merits of democracy. So class, now I hope that you have got an understanding of the concept, and today's content that I have discussed with you, I am going to be discussing about the same through value points in an elaborate manner in our next class. But in today's class, we have to focus on the value points. And what are value points? Value points have to be elaborated in complete sentences. So class, I hope that you have understood what we have learned today. It is about, yes, it is about the merits and the demerits of democracy. And with this, I hope you have got a clear understanding of the concept. Thank you, everyone.